The NGX All-Share Index and market capitalization appreciated by 0.16% to close the week at 52,594.68 and 28.647 trillion respectively. A total turnover of 1.241 billion shares worth 15.668 billion naira in 18,560 deals was traded last week by investors on the floor of the exchange, in contrast to a total of 1.286 billion shares valued at 29.634 billion naira that exchanged hands penultimate week in 19,816 deals. The financial services industry, measured by volume, led the activity chart with 1.010 billion shares valued at 5.924 billion naira, traded in 9,165 deals, thus contributing 81.37% and 37.81% to the total equity turnover volume and value respectively. The conglomerates industry followed with 46.761 million shares worth 112.918 million naira in 641 deals. The third place was the consumer goods industry with a turnover of 42.121 million shares worth 2.134 billion naira in 2,886 deals. Trading in the top three equities, namely Veritas Capital Assurance PLC, Sterling Bank PLC, and Guarantee Trust Holding Company PLC, that's measured by volume, accounted for 605.879 million shares worth 2.120 billion naira in 1,631 deals, contributing 48.82% and 13.53% to the total equity turnover volume and value respectively. Joining us for more on this is Ambrose Omodio, the Chief Research Officer, Invest Data Consulting. He's right here with me in the studio. Good to have you join us today.
Thanks you, Perpetua, again.
Yeah, definitely. So talk to us about the market activities last week.
Yeah, I would say that the market has sustained its bullish trend. Despite also
the seesaw movement.
Yeah, also a mixed trend of cautious trading and profit taking, and it's expected. Now, when such thing happen, you don't need to ask yourself question as a trader or investor in the market, because market have rallied for more than almost 9 to 8 weeks, and that's supposed that investors have to cash out profit. And for us that use chart, when you see a market in that, I told you last week that market has formed a double top. At that point, you have to be very careful. That's why you have to call for profit taking, and also to wait for those that what we call traders that trade breakout. They are traders that specialize in trading breakout. They wait for any breakout before they jump into the market. You see market in that level, people that are careful, then those traders will be waiting. Once you break out that level, they cannot jump to. That means the trend is going to continue. But we saw that last week, the trend slowed down. Because almost about 0.16 for what market gained for, like, tell you that, compared to 2.52 we gained the previous week. Another, like, also if you look at the candlestick, you can see that the week for last week.
Are we seeing a continuous deceleration?
No, yes, well, there's a sign that market has given already. At this level, it showed a breakout, but that graph was so weak for us at Friday. I mean, it's today also, will kind of give us a light. But because they were expecting this MPC today and tomorrow last week, people said, okay, let's take profit and watch what will be the outcome of the of the meeting. And that's why I said it was a cautious trading and profit taking for that last week. But this week, all eyes are on the outcome of this meeting. That will not give us insight where we should go. But for those, I said it in this program, that if you are an income investor, you don't need to wait for all those outcomes. Why? You know why you're in the market, because you assume to be a long-term investor, buy and hold style. That means you don't need to don't buy into company that will pay you good dividend, because the election and the any season are coinciding at the same time. If you say because the election is coming, you don't want to take your dividend, you want to stay back. Because I'll tell you, Nigeria will continue to exist as a nation. That means at the end of the election, something will continue. That means for those that are dividend income investor, position on your dividend income, take them. But for we traders, we have to be very cautious this time, because we trade more of momentum and sentiment. If the sentiment is not too strong, you not to scroll down your position taking. But if you see that the momentum is high, for those that are taking analysis, if you look at what is happening in the market, our momentum chart tells us that the market is still very, very strong. That's why anyway I can talk if you want to go and buy, because if you are seeing a sign of weakness in that momentum, that is something people are saying, okay, we're afraid. Why also is this from that? I said again that because we have the local investor playing the market, if you're the foreign investor selling, you see a kind of a red a red signal already in the market because we are Nigerians, local investors, international investors are still here. That's why we are still buying even when we see the election is coming closer and closer. But the good news is that the end of MPC meeting tomorrow, where they do their communique after, I will not give another. But
let me get what you think about the MPC meeting. Are you looking forward to a flat rate or an increase?
I think I said something on the analyst hangout.
I
said that we expect to see. For me, let them leave it unchanged. That is what I expected, and I'll give you the reason why. Your calling out money from circulation is also making your policy on inflation to be effective. That's why we are calling out, so that when you make policy, it will reflect on the general economy. That's why all this money that I had we have been called fine, good, yes, and all the design of money. If that is your goal, and also MPC hiking of rate is also to make money from the circulation. You can see that they are doing the same thing. For me, I believe that you should either expect to see the outcome of the one we are mopping out before you can start hiking it. You can't hike it at the same time. You're also mopping out money from it. That's why I said they might vote. If because of you want to still say, you want to attract a foreign investor. But I tell them even since last year May that you can't attract a foreign investor with hiking it because one, that last year was your pre-election year, and also this is already the election year. You can't adjust any rate to appease them to come back to Nigeria until they see the outcome of what our election. They will come naturally because when they see the policy formation of whoever that comes in on the formula, they cannot start coming on down to there's potential here. That's why I believe that now don't leave the rate or change. But if at all they want to hike the rate, don't forget that they did the last one about 100 basic points. They can reduce to 50, but that to make up about 17%, NPR. That will be the highest so far in Nigeria history at that point. That means for me, I think they should leave it at 25. They can be like 16.75 to that 25 adjustment. If you want to look up, but living on change is expected for them. Let's watch and see, because don't forget that January, we have seen that in our history, January is always a period that inflation is low because people are spending. But there's a reversal already. In January, you increase your tariff. People are taking the government to call for increasing the energy tariff power. Also, we are increased fuel, which is also what impact everything in Nigeria. That means that expected kind of extension of what we saw in December in January, I think it's not possible. Okay. That's why CPN also were thinking that you want to look at that. That's why I said from March, which is the next MPC meeting, I'm thinking of adjusting rate. Well, I believe that for the companies that have performed 2022, we're expecting the results. That is what investor is looking at, because the yields of those companies are high and their payout is also likely to be high, because if you look at what they paid last year and their earnings as at the third quarter, tell you that something good will come out of these companies. For me, let's wait and see the outcome of the MPC meeting tomorrow. All
right. Very quickly, take us through what you have on the chart.
Yes, good one. I think I like that. If you look at the chart here, there is what we call a hammer here. This hammer tells you that when you see a hammer, when the market is going up on the chart, it's a sign of warning that market is about to pull back. If you also see a hammer when market is also going down, say that the market is about to go up. That means now on the weekly charts, we have seen the hammer already here. That means that's why the careful trading or caution trading is already on. Let's wait to see the outcome of them. We need to reverse this hammer and start the uptrend. That will be very good for the market. But if you look at your momentum, which is the moving average, what is called MACD. MACD is very, very positive. You can see it here. If I look at from here to here, this histogram here is looking up. Tell you that the strength is there. And we go down to see what we call the money flow index. Money flow here for the week sitting about 74 points, and which is very, very good. That if money flow means funds is entering the market, that means if it's still looking up on a weekly chart, good for investors. That's why I said there's no cause for alarm now. But for those dividend income investors, take your position. For trader, play with caution.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing your thoughts with us.
Thanks for having me.
Okay. I've been speaking with Ambrose Omodio, the Chief Research Officer at Invest Data Consulting. Still to come after the break, ahead of the Monetary Policy Committee meeting scheduled to hold today and tomorrow, Business Breakfast takes a look at the considerations that the committee will have to look into before reaching a decision. This will be our talking point when we come back from this break. Stay with us.